usually do this in 2 key tempo.
I know, but do you have the other one?
Well, this key tempo.
It's okay if not. We don't have to do it.
It's not that.
Might be behind.
Yeah, it might be.
We haven't done it in a long time though, so.
No, I think we've done it. Not.
That one.
You can do it.
Yeah.
I found a journal.
It's not
From a trip we took in 19.
It is a pain in the butt, but we can do it.
My first trip to Europe.
Do you need the last page?
I think I got all 3.
Oh yeah, because you used this.
Right.
Perfect, thank you.
So I need, right.
Delete this.
So this, just look, I'll do it later.
Okay.
Because it'll take me a second to get this one out. Maybe we haven't done it in a while, but we've done it many times.
Yeah. Feeling nostalgic.
Okay.
Awesome.
La la la.
Dankeschön.
Of course.
Which is the sad part. I mean, Ralph and I collected very carefully for a long period of time. Many trips to the Southwest. We went to the railroads. We got to meet some of the artists. My kids don't want to go to it. That's the problem. And that is the problem. And some of them are thousands of dollars.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
There are some melodies that evoke a certain sort of nostalgia, and this is one of them, personally. It always feels like Shabbat hearing this song that is sung by Jews of all ages, and I hope you'll sing with us. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Mayafe hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Mayafe hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. That melody, I always think about sitting on the floor with young children, week after week, singing Maya Fe Hayom. What a beautiful day Shabbat truly is. After all, Shabbat is about being together with family, together with loved ones, with your community. We'll work on the volume a little. And we're also extend a warm welcome to those of you at home watching on stream. We know you're here with us in soul and in spirit. We begin our services tonight with the lighting of Shabbat candles as we welcome Shabbat into our hearts.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lechad likner lechad likner shel Shabbat.
Amen, amen. We continue our service on page 12 with Lechu Neranana. Come sing with us.
Lechu neranena l'Adonai nariya litzur yisheinu. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai. Naria, naria litzur yisheinu, nekadma fanav betoda. Naria, naria litzur yisheinu, bizmirot naria lo. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai. Naria, naria litzur yisheinu, nekadma fanav betoda. Naria, naria litzur yisheinu, bizmirot naria lo. Yismechu hashamayim v'tagel haaretz, yiram hayam umelo, ya'alu sadai v'chol asher bo. Az yiranenu kol atzei ya'ar, lifnei Adonai kiva, kiva lishpot haaretz, yishpot טוב.
We sing Romemu on the bottom of page 17. You have a very important part, besides to sing along with us, it's to say the word ki. Let's do a practice. Let's do another practice. Beautiful, you're ready.
רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשמו תפארת ולתחילה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה. פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקורך ברכה. מראש נקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה. פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה. פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצולה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה. פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה. פני שבת נקבלה. And now we reach the time in our service where we get to say Shabbat Shalom to each other. Feel free to say Shabbat Shalom to someone you know, someone you don't know. Is that all that you say? Amazing.
Hold on. I'm doing a Shabbat test. Let's see. This seems to work, right? Magic of Shabbat right there. Thank you, Santiago. For sure. That's what friends are for. Control. Okay. As we continue our service, we return to our seats. We're on page 22. We sing a psalm for Shabbat, and I am pleased to share we've solved our audio problems. Now we will continue to solve all of our spiritual, intellectual, and emotional problems. And we continue to do that with Mizmor Shir LeYom HaShabbat, a psalm for Shabbat, on page 22.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות, עלי עשור ועלי נווה, עלי היגיון וכינון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. מה גדלו מעשיך היה, מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך.
You guys sound great.
מה גדלו מעשיך היה, מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך.
For the first time, just this week, scientists captured an image of a supermassive black hole at the center of our galaxy. The black hole is 4 million times larger than the sun. It's about 27,000 light years away. It's referred to as the heartbeat of the Milky Way. And yet, just this week, for the first time, we've only now just seen it. We've lived our whole lives on this planet, and yet we've barely even seen a tiny fraction of the universe. How can we understand and interpret the world if we haven't even laid eyes on a huge percentage of it? It's not that the perspective we've had all this time has necessarily been wrong, but it certainly hasn't been complete. This discovery of the supermassive black hole is physical, for sure, but it's also metaphysical and metaphorical. There's so much to learn about our world from this discovery. It makes me wonder, how much of the world do we really see? If it's only a sliver, can we trust our judgment and rely on our perspective? What's the context through which we understand relationships and politics and people? What's our lens? What's our filter? How is our vision obscured and when is it clarified? I mean, there's so many limits to our viewpoints. Geography, gender, generation, religion, race, identity, ideology. These are all frames that simultaneously inform and constrict our understandings. It's not that our perspectives are somehow wrong, but are they ever fully right either? The way we see the world is limited by who we are and how we are. I think about that a lot as we live in this reality of an incomplete context during the pandemic. I see people, I see myself locked behind the glass of a device far too often. Yes, we see what's happening on that screen, but do we see beyond that? We see a news story, but we don't know what happened before. We don't know what happened after. We don't always know who's telling the story even. Or even this moment, right now. We see a service, and we're so happy that people are out there watching. But there's a lot happening in the sanctuary that those on the screen can't see. We can't see the clapping, the other worshipers singing together as one, or when somebody new comes into the village temple that not one, not two, but 3 people get up to greet them right away. We see a lot, but also we miss a lot. And we've had limited social interactions as well. How can we really know what a person is like if we only see them once or twice? Is that enough to make a judgment? Our view is, by definition, narrowed by our experience. But the thing is, we're human. So we do make judgments, and we need to make them. We do have beliefs and convictions, and we need to have beliefs and convictions. So how do we balance this consistently incomplete perspective with the reality of human life? A Polish Hasidic rabbi at the turn of the 19th century taught that everyone must have 2 pockets, with a note in each pocket, so that he or she can reach into one or the other, depending on the need. When feeling lonely or depressed, discouraged or disconsolate, one should reach into the right pocket, and there find the words, Bishvili nivra ha'olam. The world was created for me. But when feeling high and mighty, one should reach into the left pocket and find the words, Va'anochi afar ve'efer. I am but dust and ashes. We are not the center of the universe. There is an endless galaxy out there. A world we can never truly parse that hinges on mystery and maybe a little mysticism as well. A world beyond human comprehension, a world that is divine, and we, fragile human beings, are but dust and ashes. And yet, it is that very same incomplete human experience that makes us fight for a better world, that stirs us forward to pursue righteousness and justice where it is lacking. Our convictions count, even though they are never fully realized. And in those moments, when we need to assert our beliefs, we must reach for that other pocket and remind ourselves, Bishvil li nivra ha'olam, that the world was created for us. Perspective is never complete. We are always at a deficit, and we'll never see it all. But nonetheless, we will humbly try our very best to make our universe the one we want it to be. Shabbat Shalom. We continue our service with the Baruch Hu on page 28. Please rise.
Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach
be seated. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim b'chokhmah poteach she'arim, uvituna meshane itim umachalif et hazmanim, umisader et hakohavim b'mishmarotehem barakia kirtzono, borayom v'layla golel or mipnei choshech v'choshech mipnei or. Um'avir yom umevi layla umavdil ben yom uvein layla Adonai tzivaot shemo. El chai v'kayam tamidim lo chalinu leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. We continue with Ahavat Olam.
Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Torah umitzvot ukim umishpatim otanu limodeta al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shochbeinu ufkumeinu nahasiach bechukacha al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shochbeinu ufkumeinu nahasiach bechukacha ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגע יומם ולילה כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגע יומם ולילה כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגע יומם ולילה כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגע יומם ולילה ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אדוני אלוהיכם אמת
We turn to page 40, Micha Mocha, our Song of Freedom.
מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקי הים לפני משה ומרים. זה אלי אנו ואמרו, זה אלי אנו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. ברוך אתה אדוני הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל. ירושלים. I just wanted to add one more thing before Vishamru on the theme of nostalgia from earlier. The reason that we did this Ahavat Olam setting and this Hashkivenu setting is because I was feeling sentimental. And those are two melodies that the cantor I grew up with would always sing. And I've been thinking a lot about what it means to be a cantor and all of those things, and he has played an immense role in that journey. And so those are a tribute to you, Cantor Gurney. And now Vishamru. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל
לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. We're on page 46. Please rise for the Amidah. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 שפתי תפתח. Na 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 ופי יגיד. ופי יגיד תהילתך. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו אלוהי אברהם אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב אלוהי שרה אלוהי רבקה אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה האל הגדול הגיבור והנורא אל עליון גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל וזוכר חסי אבות ואימהות ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע מוריד הטל מכלכל חיים בחסד מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים צומח נופלים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. We continue silently.
רצון עם רפיק, והגיון ליבי לפניך. אדוני צורי וגואלי. Oh, may the words of my mouth, the meditations of my heart be acceptable before you, O God, my rock and my redeemer. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תיבת.
We offer prayers for healing for those in our community in need of recovery. We don't always know if our prayers are answered, but we always hope that they are. If you're making a Misha Berach for somebody this evening, please share their name with us now. Misha Berach Avotenu ve'imotenu, Avraham, Yitzhak ve'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, ve'Leah, Hu Yivarech et HaCholim. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit. And together we say, Amen.
Misha Berach Avotenu, Avraham, Yitzchak, ve'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, ve'Leah, hu yivarech ve'yerapeh et ha'cholim. Misha Berach Avotenu, Avraham, Yitzchak, ve'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, ve'Leah, hu yivarech ve'yirapeh et ha'cholim.
So the text of the Misha Berach that we just prayed, El Na Rafan Allah, is a quotation from Torah, from a parasha we read only a few weeks ago. It's one of the few prayer formulations to God written in the feminine context, and it's a beautiful, beautiful message, El Na Rafan Allah. So we transition, as we do in Judaism, from somber to supreme, to happy, to simcha. And we pause in our service to reflect on the good things that have happened to us, to our family members, to the world even, this week. So if anyone has something they'd like to share with us that is positive, tell us now. Karen.
My son's formal graduation ceremony was postponed 2 years ago due to COVID from the NYU School of Social Work and will be happening this Tuesday.
Oh, wonderful. And I'm just going to repeat it for the people streaming at home. Karen's son's graduation that had been postponed from 2 years ago is happening Tuesday. We wish him a hearty mazel tov, and also to you, what wonderful, wonderful news. Janet.
It's Mickey's birthday
Oh, Yom Huledet Sameach. Happy birthday to you.
You're 50, huh?
It's Mickey's birthday, yes.
I'm friends with Janet and Mickey. I'm Scott.
Hi, Scott.
A grant I wrote for the job I started working at a couple months ago. We received it, and I brought in $350,000 for the nonprofit.
Amazing. Mazel tov. Scott wrote a grant, and it was accepted, and he's raising great money for what I can only imagine is a great cause.
Fighting anti-Semitism on college campuses.
That is a great cause. There you go. Wonderful. And I am going to share, which I can't remember if I shared last week, Cantor Mayer graduated, received her master's degree last week. One more year till ordination. Less than a year, right?
Yeah.
Less than a year. It's quite a hill to climb, so amazing. We continue our service on page 282 with Aleinu, and we rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
We turn now to Kaddish as we mourn those whom have passed recently or at this time in years gone by. We mourn for the loss of Russell Lees, of Ted Horwitz, Helen Jansen, Lee Brosgol, Trudy Kaplan, James Aragona, Bunny Zimmer, Gladys Schuker, and Robert Friedman. We observe the yahrzeits of Joseph Weinstein, Ruth Klurfeld, Dorothy Harris, Norma Sarah Omansky, Edgar Twain Schleider, Shirley Saferstein, Stephen Arbitier, and Stephen Banner. Are there additional names at this time?
Peter Piero.
Leah Berkowitz.
We rise for Kaddish on page 294. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'yalma divrach yiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, v'chayachon uvyomechon uv'chayeh dechol beit Yisrael, v'agala uvizman kariv v'imru, Amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lamei al maya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitzpa'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudusha barichu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום. עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל יושבי תבל.
Please be seated as we welcome our co-president, Jill Wilkinson, to the bima.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for a wonderful service. As always, thank you. Thank you both. as you were starting your sermon, I was like, is she going to talk about the Marvel movie that's out called Metaverse? That's not where you were going, though. So that was a really great sermon, so thank you. It was very interesting. We have a lot coming up. Next Wednesday is our spring benefit, so if you have not signed up and you're planning to sign up, please do so. If you have not donated and you're planning to donate, please do so. And if your company matches donations, get that company match in. I did that this week. I took care of it. So make sure that you can continue to contribute to the temple as we all appreciate. So next Wednesday is the benefit, and then next Friday there's a choir Shabbat service followed by a family dinner. Are you cooking for it? Are you cooking for that dinner? Yeah, no? No? Oh, okay, I wasn't sure. Oh, you're done, you're out, okay. And then on the 22nd, the Dayenu Circle is having a bird watching event at Washington Square Park. So meet under the arch at 3 p.m. Bring your binoculars if you're planning to go, if you have them. Gabriel Willow, the naturalist that will be there, that will help everyone learn about the spring bird migration. That sounds really cool. So show up if you can. And then, of course, on the 25th, we have our annual congregational meeting where we vote on the slate and vote on the budget, and it's just a nice time to all come together. So if you can be here on the 25th, and if you can't be here because we need a quorum, be sure to send in your proxy. So we appreciate that. Thank you, and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. We close our service with words of blessing. We talked about El Na Rafan Allah, the prayer that came up a few weeks ago in our Torah, and this blessing comes up in a few weeks in our Torah, so stay tuned. It is from Parashat Naso, and it is this: Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May God's light shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you. Yisad Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May you feel God's presence within you always, and may you find peace.
Shalom bimromav, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. 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 Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
that's what people do.